if it was one person running the show, okay, just one of us that owned it, and we were making all the proceeds, right?
Right.
Then one of us, or, you know, that person, once they got enough clientele and enough business, they could stop working or try to find a lower paying job closer to home or something. And they could go into production themselves, right? Maybe hire a helper and they could build this stuff. But you got to think, for us to grow that like that, one of us either has to start drawing a paycheck from the company and the other two paying to help, you know, that person survive while we're in the plants getting it, or we have to be able to supply 3 people's paychecks.
Yeah.
For us to all quit.
And for me to live.
That's a huge amount of money. You know, we're talking over $500,000 easily.
Yeah, but I think I understand what you're saying.
Annually,
but
profit.
There's also, it's easy to get somebody else to do it for a lot cheaper than.
Like on the website.
Right. Like what you're saying, that's good. You know, I'm cool with that. We really, like, I bought a web domain name. I don't know if I still owe it from like GoDaddy or whatever. I'm not real good at that stuff. The computer side of things, I know you're real technical compared to us.
Well,
and you even say you're not, you know?
Jake was talking about making us a whole website and everything.
But I think I had like thecoastalsavage.com, which I thought was a pretty legit name. Like we were all good with that. We never got it going. We could get it going, especially without the hand-to-hand for when we are out of town. Man, we could have done very well, very fast.
We could literally have a website up tonight if we just put some time into it.
Let's do it.
Ain't nothing but a thing, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, got money.
Well, with that being said, how far back, like, that you can remember as Coastal Savage, what is the meaning to you? Like, it's not just, oh, I got a boat and I live on the water. Like, there's got to be something that inside you feel deep that made you be like, hey, yeah, this is a brand I can stand on.
Bro, I've lived at the end of or on a street that had a paid fishing pier my entire life. I mean, Miss Barbara, I used to go to the fishing pier every day. She had a little shack set up as 18th Street Fishing Pier. It's like legendary. It's gone.
San Leon, Texas.
But I mean, I say legendary. It's legendary at home. Like it was known for the best burgers and good people. Mr. Sykes owned it before Miss Barbara, and then Miss Barbara took it over when I was a kid, and she always called me Gator. Like she treated me like my family. On birthdays, she'd give me sodas and candies. I'd run bait for her. And I'm talking about like 7, 8 years old. She taught me how to scoop live bait and measure my quarts and pints, like everything, you know. Fishing from a young age. I used to go to her little fishing tournaments she would put on. Everything, man. I'm from the water.
Hey, I don't know if you remember this, but I remember it vividly because how stupid we were. But me, you, Ralph, Lil Bubba, and a couple other people, we used to get them cabbage heads, jellyfish. Ralph would put on his dirt bike gear, and he would go like get a bundle of jellyfish in one circle, and we used to ride that ramp at the end of 18th Street on that second pier. We'd ride our bikes off that ramp into the cabbage jellyfish and get all stung up.
Yeah, we had a legit.
Yeah, for real.
We had a legit ramp at the end of the pier and an old beater bicycle, bro. I mean, there was a lot of crashes. A couple people could do backflips.
Yeah.
I mean.
But we was landing in jellyfish, squirting fucking stinging.
Yeah, and it wasn't really the cabbage heads as much as the man o' wars, bro. Those things in July, you done for, bro.
But I remember we used to go out and we'd see one, and like one of our friends would grab one and like lay it across the other person's back or slap somebody in the face with a fucking jellyfish. And we just be coming home with like welts all over us from getting stung by these jellyfish.
Pouring meat tenderizer on this because we're kids, bro.
Yeah.
I mean,
makes sense.
I was on Facebook and I was talking to Jake last night. He had posted something and I was like, do you remember whenever we threw the whole bag of shrimp in that lady's convertible? She was driving down the highway and we just threw it because we were punk ass kids, bro.
It's fucked up.
It was bad. Like as an adult, if my kid does that, it's her ass, bro.
Yeah.
We didn't get caught though. We were all right.
Real.
But
that's wild.
Yeah, man. So the Coastal Savage thing for me, the reason I asked you is because we all have a different way that we look at it. Like,
oh yeah.
I remember my dad was a millwright like I am, but he worked turbine. So throughout the summertime, he would be off because he made shit ton of money for during turbine season. And my dad built a barge and we would go out and dry pilings, make boat lifts, boat
Bulkheads.
houses, piers, bulkheads. And from the time I was a little kid to 13, 14, we were on the water every summer.
You even did that a little bit afterwards too.
Yeah, but if I was if they dropped a hammer, I had to jump in to go get it. Got barnacle cuts up and down my legs, underneath my feet. My dad tell me, "Oh, that salt water gonna fix that shit." Just stay down in the water.
Oh, and it would.
And I remember one summer I made more money on that boat on that barge than my real dad or my mom made the entire year.
Nice.
And I was just out on the water enjoying that shit. And I've always felt like being out on the water, like on some Greek god shit, like being out in the water in the sun made me feel good, powerful, made me feel good. Like that's where I needed to be. You know what I mean? So that like Coastal Savage to me reminds me of me out there working with Vern. Getting it in, taking care of the family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man, that's good memories too.
Yeah.
Man, rest in peace to the old man. I miss him.
R.I.P. old man.